I'm a bit lost for words right now because I don't even know how to express this. All I can ask is Boston, what the hell happened? How did you blow this game? I was watching this. There was like 8 or 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I'm sitting there thinking, Milwaukee's just not going to be able to pull this off. With the way Boston was playing offensively, it just looked like Milwaukee was not going to have enough to be able to pull off a comeback. The window was there. It was only a 13-point game, but it just looked like the Celtics had a chokehold on the Bucks at that moment. Things were not looking good. But down the stretch in the fourth quarter, they ended up blowing that lead. Like, Milwaukee continued to throw punches and they fought back, and they brought it close. However, despite the fact that they brought it close, it was still a 6-point game with about 2 minutes left to go. And when you're a team at home in a crucial Game 5, and you have a 6-point lead with 2 minutes left in the game, usually you find a way to close that. But the Celtics tonight found a way to choke that lead away. This game in some cases felt similar to Game 3, in which the Bucks had a huge lead. The Celtics made a comeback. The only difference was the Celtics were not able to get the win in time because Horford's putback layup just went after the buzzer, so they couldn't get that. But in this case, in this situation, the Bucks pulled off the comeback and won the game. And I'm kind of just shocked by what I witnessed in this situation, because Marcus Smart, in the final minutes of this game, was terrible. He made a lot of mistakes that really cost him. Giannis in this game was dominant, 40 and 11 for him. He had a really clutch three to make this a 3-point game. And you know who came alongside with him? Drew Holiday, who had 24 points. And he also had a clutch three. Bobby Portis had a crazy putback that ended up giving them the lead. It was off of a missed free throw from Giannis. But I'm just like looking over this and I'm just thinking to myself, how did Boston sit back and let this happen? Like, how did they choke this away? Like, they went cold at the worst moment. Marcus Smart was just ineffective for them down the stretch. Tatum and Brown were trying to make some plays, but I mean, nobody could really stop the momentum that completely swung in Milwaukee's favor. I really thought this was going to be a night. When I'm watching this fourth quarter, there's 8 or 9 minutes left. They have a 13-point lead. I really thought it was going to be a night where the Celtics just held on. They beat them by like 15 plus. And Milwaukee's like, okay, we got Game 6 in our house. We're going to go over there. We're going to fight. And we're going to tie this game and bring it back to Boston for a Game 7. Instead, they said, nah, we going to close this. We going to pull this comeback off. And we going to find a way to close this series on our home court. And now because of that, they have an opportunity in the Game 6 to come out here and close this series. That might have been the worst game or the biggest collapse the Celtics have had since the last loss they suffered early in January. You know the turning point, I would believe it was against the Knicks. The turning point loss for them. Since then, they've been playing great. But this game tonight, I don't know what to make of this. I mean, this is not the Celtics team you've seen throughout this postseason. The same Celtics team that went out there and swept the Nets. It looked like that fourth quarter, they were unrecognizable. It was so crazy how they blew this lead. And I'm just sitting there wondering how. I mean, Giannis had a huge clutch three down the stretch. Same thing for Drew Holiday. But it's just that you watch the Bucks just make plays down the stretch that you would assume the Celtics should be able to stop or at least have a response for, and they didn't. This Bucks team is dangerous. This Bucks team is very scary. Let's not forget, they've been doing this without Chris Middleton stepping on the court at all. They have not had Chris Middleton the entire series, and they're up 3-2 with the chance to close this out in 6 at home. That's crazy. That's insanity. That just goes to show the growth of this team. And Giannis, it really seems at this point, it doesn't matter what you throw at him. I don't care what wall you try to build around Giannis. He's just going to break through it. He's going to break through it. And he continues to do that. They keep trying to throw whatever the hell they're throwing out there defensively to try and stop Giannis. They're double teaming him like crazy. They're trying to crowd him in the paint. Horford's trying to do a number on this dude. Marcus Smart's trying to do something. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tate. Anybody is trying to do a number on this dude to try and put the pressure and get the ball out of his hands. And Giannis is just finding a way to just break through that and finish at the rim. He had an amazing and one, and I don't even know how he got that. I'm not sure how he got that. When I saw that play, I'm like, damn, this wall situation that defense that teams are throwing out here to try and mess with Giannis, it's not really working in the long run for the most part. He has really evolved this game and just found ways to just break through that. You know, in years past, that would be able to slow him down and stop him. Now, I don't care what you throw at him defensively. He'll find a way. And obviously, you can't play one-on-one with Giannis. That's just a death sentence. So no matter what you're throwing at him, he's found a way to break through it. So, I mean, at this point, I don't know, man. Giannis, again, tonight, he continues to show why he's the best player on the planet. I mean, he made a lot of plays in the fourth quarter and a lot of shots, man. The fact that he was willing to take that three, that's what's so great about Giannis. He has struggled shooting the three in this postseason. He's been terrible. But he's not afraid to take those shots still. He's still going to try it. And they were down 6, and he made a very clutch three. And I can't believe he pulled up for that. So, for him to do that, man, Giannis, at this point, you gotta say he's the best player on the planet. But at the same time, while he is the best player on the planet, you gotta understand that the Milwaukee Bucks are the defending champions for a reason. And I'm sitting here thinking about how they were able to make these plays and how Boston didn't respond. And it's really come to me while I'm making this video. Probably should have known it from the start, but really, the difference maker is just that, well, Milwaukee's the defending champion. They're the defending champions. They have that championship DNA. They know what it takes to win a title. So they know how to respond in these moments. Boston's still trying to get up there. Boston's still trying to make that move to win a championship. They don't know what to do in situations like this. And that's been the issue with the Celtics over the last couple years. They have been blowing leads in crucial moments in the playoffs. And it has harmed them year after year, which is why they haven't gotten to the finals. We thought this would be a time where it wouldn't happen. And when we saw in the first round, obviously they had moments where they could have blown it against the Nets, but they held on and managed to pull it off. However, you're dealing with a different monster. Milwaukee's a different team. Winning a championship has completely bolstered their ability. It's bolstered their awareness and how they respond in situations like this. That was a championship team. That was a championship team moment right there. That was a championship play by Jrue Holiday, who honestly went out there and looked like the defensive player of the year. Marcus Smart just could not he could not keep up with what Jrue Holiday was doing, man. Jrue Holiday made 2 key defensive plays that helped them win this game. Jrue Holiday plays great defense and finds a way to get the ball out of Marcus Smart's hands. And it's now a situation where the ball's now in Milwaukee's hands, but he's falling out of bounds. He throws the ball onto Marcus Smart, and all of a sudden, it's the Bucks' ball. I mean, if we were just to go through it, it's a situation where they're down 6. Giannis hits a clutch 3. They end up getting the ball back. They're still down 3 now in this situation. They managed to make a great defensive play there. They get it to Portis, and Bobby Portis, who was great tonight as well. He kicks it. He's in the corner. He kind of passes it back to Holiday, who's at the top of the key. He pulls up and hits a clutch 3, and that basically ties it. It becomes a back and forth affair. Celtics are able to put up some points. They're up 107-105. Next thing you know, Giannis goes to the free throw line. He makes the first one, and it's 107-106, but he misses it. And we're under 20 seconds at this point, so missing that one could have been a death sentence for them in this game. And they would have came up short, potentially, when it came to pulling off this comeback. But somehow, Bobby Portis somehow gets the rebound and puts the ball back in to give them a 108-107 lead. That's when Jrue Holiday makes the play to get the ball back in the hands of the Bucks, gets it out of Marcus Smart's hands, and next thing you know, now they're heading to the free throw line, and they make both free throws. All of a sudden, it's 110-107. Celtics don't have any timeouts left, and the ball once again goes in Marcus Smart's hands, and at this point, it looks like Milwaukee's probably going to try and foul, so that, or at least I thought they were going to try and foul to at least force Marcus Smart or whoever had the ball in their hands to shoot free throws because they didn't have any timeouts left, so that's the best way to run the clock out. But nah, Jrue Holiday, again, probably the best defender in the game tonight, by far, looks like the defensive player of the year tonight. He goes out there and makes the game-clinching steal. Gets it right out of Marcus Smart's hands, completely strips him, gets the ball, and that's all she wrote. The Milwaukee Bucks win 110-107. They take a 3-2 lead in this series, and they're heading back to Milwaukee for a crazy Game 6. This is a do-or-die situation for Boston. They know they blew this game. So they got to go on the road to Milwaukee against the defending champions in a closeout situation where the champions have a chance to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Somehow Boston's going to have to go on the road and win in Milwaukee. The good news is Boston has won in Milwaukee. So it's not like they can't do it. It is possible. Hell, if Al Horford was just a little bit quicker, maybe they would have won both games in Milwaukee. So they can win on the road. This is possible, but Boston's going to have to do everything in their power. If they can somehow force a Game 7 and get this back into their house, they have a great chance. Now, I had the Celtics in 7. I don't think this is over. I think Boston has a great chance to win Game 7. We'll see if that ends up being the case. But damn, I mean, they're going to be entering the Lions Den in Game 6. They're going to be entering the Lions Den, bro. It's wow. I'm so shocked to see the Celtics choke this game away. Because had it been a situation where they held on and took a 3-2 lead, at least you know Milwaukee's going to be playing like crazy to force a Game 7. But now, you give Giannis and this Bucks team a chance in their house to close us out and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals? Woo! I wish the Boston Celtics the best of luck. But man, it's really crazy that they're doing this without Chris Middleton. As a Heat fan, that is concerning. I'm not going to lie. I still believe Miami has a shot, a really good shot, or a really good chance to beat the Bucks if we do match up with them. And in fact, I would like Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. We've gone up against them the last 2 years. We beat them, and then they came back. We beat them in the second round. They came back and swept us. So let's break the tie here and meet up in the Eastern Conference Finals. But of course, Miami still has to get the job done tomorrow. They'll be heading to Philadelphia, so we got to get the job done on the road in order to advance. Milwaukee has to get the job done at home in order to advance. We'll see what happens. I still think the Celtics have a great chance to force a Game 7, but it's going to be a hell of an effort from these guys, you know. You had a great performance from Jason Tatum and a great performance from Jaylen Brown down the stretch for the most part in this game, so for them to play great and lose this one, it's going to be a tough matchup in Game 6. But we'll see what happens with the Celtics. Anyway, that's all I've got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.